down like it's time for something.
Is it time for the main segment? This segment. Good question.
Debate time!
This segment is where we break down a debate. One of us comes in with a debate topic that we haven't heard before, we haven't discussed it, and assigns the other two their respective sides of said debate. There's an opportunity for clarifying questions, but they have to get right into it and form their opinions right off the top of their heads. And each debater gets one opportunity to use a statistic. And that stat, it needs to be well-formed, but we all know above all else that statistic is truth and is proven and is reliable.
It's backed up by science, physics, and God.
And yeah.
I'm going to volley this debate up for y'all to spike.
What do you have, Anna?
Okay. I work with children, as you know. Mm-hmm. Well, they're teenagers, but for intents and purposes, they're children. Mm-hmm. So I hear a lot of, like childlike approaches to handling conflict, to handling undetermined events. So I want to ask you guys, what you're going to debate is calling it sufficient? And let me unpack this.
Yeah.
In a situation where someone's like, that's my girlfriend. And the other says, well, no, I called it.
Calling it. Dibs.
Calling
dibs.
Is calling dibs, is that a reasonable enough argument?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
To justify what
you want. To justify getting what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I want something, and two people want something, and one calls it.
Uh-huh.
The other one just, are they done? Do they have a case?
Uh-huh. Okay, I have
clarifying
some
questions. Go ahead, Nicholas.
Yeah, what
in a called it situation, are we setting the standard that it's literally built around like the first one to call it?
Absolutely.
It's not like in this situation, I couldn't be like, Ian, I called dibs on your apartment.
Yeah.
He's already had a claim on it. It's something that arises.
It's neutral ground. It's neutral until someone calls
it. If Ian has his apartment, you cannot come in and call dibs on it.
No, but it's a new event into our situation.
Guys, I gotta tell you now, there's one piece of pizza left out in the kitchen.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like...
Okay.
Mine.
So in this situation, like, sorry, Nick, you haven't eaten in 4 days, but Ian called it.
Even though it is my pizza.
But it's also your house.
Okay, great. So assign us I'm all set. Are you all set, Nick?
Yeah. My shotgun rules for my car has always been whoever farts on the hood of my car first gets it.
What if they can't?
I can't force a
conjure a fart.
I mean, not a lot of people in my life right now are calling shotgun to things.
Fair enough. Yeah, you're pretty lonely.
Yeah. You don't.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Give too many rides.
Clearly, we need to move on from that.
I want Nick to defend that it is sufficient. Mm-hmm. That if you call dibs, dibs. Ian, you're saying that is ho-ho, boo-boo, and that it's not sufficient just because you called it. Who gives a shit?
And I would love to start on this.
Okay, I'm going to have Nick start.
Ooh.
You don't get to decide.
Ian, go ahead.
Can you say 3, you say 2, and I say 1?
3,
2,
1.
Debate
time. Okay, for sure, not sufficient. Let me ask you both this. Who does the moon belong to?
Ooh.
Who does the moon belong to?
Its creator, God.
It belongs to the Lord God Almighty. It does not belong to the United States.
Uh-huh.
Well, we put a flag on it.
Exactly.
We called dibs on the moon.
We called dibs on the moon as a nation.
Love us for that.
Is it our moon?
We're so cheeky for that.
Okay.
Ian, you're saying that just because our flag is rested on the moon that we don't call it. I want to see a scene. Uh-huh. I want to see a scene in which you are both ambassadors of different countries and you are trying to figure out who owns the moon.
Ambassador Kennedy, why is it that you think that you have the rights to a landmass in the sky?
I would like the floor, Chairman.
I'm giving you the floor by asking you a question. Outright, the floor is yours.
Chairman, the great country of Mali would like to establish its rightful position on space.
Why is your Secretary of State asleep?
We had a big meal of pasta.
What do you mean? You carbo loaded?
We had too many carbs at lunch.
Whoa, where did you go? Did you go to Gino's? I love Gino's.
We went to Olive Garden.
Oh, and the breadsticks there.
I had 4.
But I had 4. Do you know there's a better place just down 4th?
Where?
It's called Gino's. Like I said, if you haven't been, go to Gino's.
I haven't been.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay, first of all, they've got the endless breadsticks, so you're not missing anything.
Okay, yeah. That's why I go to the Olive Garden.
See? What did that have to do with okay, Ian, keep going.
Thanks. Okay, no one owns the moon. And this is really what I'm leaning on here. No one owns the moon, but America called dibs. And if we're going to take this to the fullest extent, you can't just call dibs on a landmass and that's yours. America came into this, to get a little controversial, Europeans came into this country and
Well, it wasn't a country at the time.
Europeans came into North America and said, dibs, dibs, and took it away from other people.
They called it manifest destiny.
Yeah, as if, like, no one called it, so it's mine. Like...
I want to see a scene between a pilgrim and a native chief over using the dibs concept to claim North America.
Hey,
Welcome to this land.
shut up!
What?
It's mine! Dibs on this rock!
I don't
Dibs on Plymouth Rock!
I don't understand.
Dibs on this harbor!
What is dibs?
Dibs on it! It's mine!
No, it's no one's.
Mom?
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Okay, so now that 2 scenes have been based off of my opening statement, I think it's pretty safe to say no one owns the damn moon. No one should own this landmass that we're on.
So regardless of those 50 stars and stripes flying up there,
At this point,
it's not owned.
Ian
And that's
doesn't
fine.
even-
I'm
Ian-
just clarifying.
we didn't have
To clarify, Ian didn't even think that happened, so that's a moot point as far as he's concerned.
Okay.
No, it's that the Europeans didn't have the grounds to claim this land that we call the United
That's why they
States.
dibs the grounds to get ground.
But I'm going to lean primarily on the moon, my moon argument, which is that no one owns the moon, even though America called dibs, and they called it.
Awesome.
All right. So I would like to postulate a scenario in which this all falls apart. This whole society. All right. It is just a Mad Max type scenario. At our core human nature, doesn't everything come down to dibs? In a vying for survival, in which I need some to survive, but that might mean you have less. Isn't that justified for the sake of maintaining life? That's literally how things have been. At our most basest nature, in a Mad Max scenario, everybody's going to be going out there.
movie.
They're going to be calling dibs on that car and dibs on that truck. I'm going to put them together.
If you could just describe briefly Mad Max for our listeners who may not be acquainted.
Post-apocalyptic world where people essentially worship vehicles.
Ian, you have not seen Mad Max.
No,
it
I
sounds
have.
like.
I have. I love Mad Max.
There's not a lot of water left, and there's some mutant babies.
Oh, and Tom Hardy
some
just starting into there.
just getting right in there.
Please, start and end with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, it's a female power movie, and so
It
I
is.
appreciate that. It's all about girl power.
What's her
Charlize
name
Theron.
again?
I slurred.
Regardless, if we
It's-
fall into a
yeah.
Mad Max scenario, our basest instincts are going to resort to a dibs type scenario. So I'm saying it is core intrinsic to who we are as humans. And so why do we abandon that suddenly when we have running water? Why do we abandon that suddenly when we have clothing, right? Why not just allow that to continue its place and let the most powerful and the best drivers in our society take over the highways
Right,
and
right.
run all over them
Okay.
who aren't dibsing the things that they need? Why not?
Okay.
Seems fun.
Can I
1 second. So, Nicholas,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
saying
summarize.
that is essentially it's basic for survival.
Yeah,
so
I think
therefore it's
dibs is
valid.
basic. Dibs is basic for survival. And in a scenario in which there is not a lot left holding us together, dibs is the one way we move
Yeah,
forward.
nothing else is really holding us together.
Nothing else is holding us together. Yeah.
Not even my skin.
Nope.
I'm a pile of
Yeah, what is
ooze.
that? What is that on your arm?
It's ooze.
That's like... okay.
It looks like moon sand.
Yeah, it looks like what you'd...
Well, I went to the moon to make sure we had dibs.
Oh.
Go ahead,
Come
Ian.
on.
Rebuttal, get in here.
I'm thinking of driving. You talked a lot about driving.
Yeah.
If I'm driving in a lane and I'm just in that lane, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong. That lane is not mine. And there is no driving on the moon, and the moon is no one's. And that is the basis of society. We are starting a new society on the moon, and a lot of people don't know this, and I'm sure that it's news to both of you. But the moon society is a developing industry, and it's a developing place. And guess who owns it? No one. Martians. And not the United
the Martians
States.
own it. That's it's ownership.
Yeah, but damn it. But they didn't call it.
So you were talking about roads and how by not dibsing your lane, it alleviates traffic. If I were to dibs a new highway on the moon, that means no one else is driving on it but me.
You're saying you cannot adopt a highway?
I'm going to adopt and dibs a moon highway, and no one's going to be driving their buggies on it except for me, and no traffic.
Okay. What about...
Dibs wins again.
What about... First of all, no, because if you dibsed a highway on the moon, you'd have to build it and purchase it. We're not talking about purchasing things.
No, someone has made it, and no one's claimed it yet.
That's
how highways work.
If it's a public highway, you can't call
JFK Highway,
dibs on
he
it.
dibbed it. Eisenhower Expressway,
So they're the only ones
it.
driving on it? Exactly.
Yeah.
Is the state of Illinois the only one driving on it?
Here's the thing about dibsing is it doesn't necessarily mean you're not altruistic with it. They dibbed it like it's mine, but then they said, you know what? You
Out
guys
of the
can use it too.
magnanimity of their
Okay.
heart.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's talk about this then. If I go to a store and there's an item on the wall, calling it is not sufficient for ownership. I have to make the purchase. It belongs to the store until it is mine.
No,
when
but-
I make that
Hold on,
purchase.
let's
I would-
assess situations wherein dibsing might be called upon.
Yeah, so if you're in that store and a box
that
of
is
tomato,
not an environment in which dibsing would be transacted.
I would not call dibs in
But
that
you
situation.
You could try.
But if you were if we were in line at that store and you dropped one of your tomatoes on the ground and I said dibs, that's mine.
Well, you get to then go purchase.
I would have to pay it, but
I
it's
don't know
mine.
about that. I think
you could go get another
if
one.
I were in a grocery store with complete strangers and a tomato dropped on the floor in front of two of us, me saying dibs,
I'd be refreshed.
It sounds like
I'd be
you're bad at
refreshed.
dibs, Ian.
There'd be
You're
so
just-
many. Yeah,
You've let a lot of opportunities
if
come
I said
and go.
dibs to some little old lady who, like, Romanian lady who didn't speak English, and I said dibs, not gonna cut it.
Why is it-
I'm sure they have their own version of
Why
dibs.
is she
like
Romanian?
Groot, right?
Say it again.
Groot. But listen, here's the deal.
Why is she Romanian?
If I was in a scenario where dibs worked, right? Like if I dropped $1 on the ground and someone said dibs, I'd be refreshed. We're not dancing around it anymore.
Okay.
Right? He wants what he wants. You know what? I admire people that take what they want. You know what I mean?
gentlemen,
They're powerful people.
Don't forget to use your statistics.
Yeah, hop in there. What's your moon stat?
Okay. Okay. The prom is attended each year by roughly 750,000
Americans.
high schoolers.
Yeah, I agree.
American high
It's
schoolers.
researched.
$750,000. That's not my statistic. That's just a rough estimate.
No, that's fine.
89% of the individuals attended make their decision on who they go with based on attraction and mutual chemistry and not based on who called it.
Okay.
So you're saying
That's my statistic, and that's also a supplement to my closing statement. And that is that the concept of international waters. A lot of countries fight over international waters, and it has nothing to do with who called it first. It has to do with the borders outside of their country, extending a certain amount of miles off of their land.
What I'm hearing is that you're saying that there are there are other arguments with greater gravity than dibsing. So there are conversations that outweigh dibsing.
Yeah, and I think
So-
you bring up gravity,
Wow.
and I think that's very insightful.
I got moon on the brain.
Because you're just thinking about the moon and how great of an argument that was.
Yeah. All right.
The
yes.
sun called dibs on the earth. In the whole universe, the sun was like, mine.
My solar system.
Not necessarily. The moon had
Based on its gravitational pull.
That's not that's not the sun
Wow.
making some sort of autonomous decision. I want that. No, it's just that's the nature.
Hold
of
on, guys.
But that's
But
dibs on
Imagine.
that's
Bear
dibs
with
on a
me.
metaphysical level.
Imagine that the sun and the moon are warring over who will orbit who. The sun just said dibs.
Yeah.
I don't think that would qualify.
Okay. All right. Ian, I mean, Nick, whoever you are, give me your stat. Give me your closing argument.
So, 84% of the housing in this fair city was decided by who said, I want that block.
Wrong.
The Irish said, I want that one. The Romanians said, Grustesh dish. Right?
had a Romanian
and in
landlord,
Chinatown,
he
they
was
said
nice.
dibs on this area.
All right, guys. Anything else before I make my final decision?
I just want to say that I cannot wait for the day where we are racing down a highway and I have claimed for myself a better rig than you. And I will take out my spear